The sky above Earth was calm, deceptively calm. In the dark stretches beyond the moon, a small team of human scientists stared at the blinking signals on their monitors. The International Space Observatory had detected something unusual near Jupiter, a pattern that was too structured to be natural. Lieutenant Kara Hayes leaned closer, her fingers hovering above the console, heart racing. "This isn't random," she said, voice barely a whisper. "Something is out there. Something intelligent." On Earth, news channels buzzed with theories. Some spoke of asteroids. Others joked about alien life. But the people who truly understood the threat knew better. Humanity had grown fast, too fast. Their technology, their colonies beyond Earth, their weapons, everything had advanced, and yet, they were still just a fragile species in a vast, silent universe. By the time the sun set over Europe, the first massive shapes appeared on the edge of Earth's orbit. They were enormous, bigger than anything human hands had ever built. Silent, dark, angular, with glowing patterns that shifted constantly, like moving code written in light. Satellites flickered, some going dead within seconds of the fleet's arrival. Panic spread like wildfire. Governments scrambled jets and defense fleets, but nothing worked. Humanity's weapons were toys against these newcomers. Kara's team received the first message. It was not in any language they knew. Symbols floated across their screens, twisting and reshaping themselves. The translation AI tried, but it could not keep up. Then the final line appeared, clear and chilling. "You have grown too fast. The universe watches. You will be tested." Every nation on Earth debated what to do. Some called for surrender, hoping negotiation would save lives. Others, driven by pride, prepared to fight back. In the chaos, a small elite fleet, humanity's pride, though small and outdated, was dispatched to Jupiter. They were commanded by Admiral Riker, a veteran of space conflicts whose calm eyes betrayed nothing, even as the fate of billions rested on his shoulders. The journey to Jupiter was tense. Every radar ping, every flicker of light sent shivers down the crew's spines. Commander Vega, second in command, checked and rechecked weapon systems, though deep down she knew they would not be enough. "We are walking into a storm we cannot control," she muttered to herself. The crew nodded silently. Fear was there, but so was determination. Humanity did not give up easily. When they reached Jupiter, the fleet froze in awe. The alien ships moved with impossible precision, forming patterns that made human sensors break down. And then it began. One of Earth's satellites, thousands of kilometers above the surface, exploded in a blinding flash, vaporized instantly. The shockwave rocked the human fleet, throwing ships off course. No one fired a shot. There was no need. The aliens had already shown their power. Admiral Riker stared at the destruction, a cold weight settling in his chest. "This is no mere warning," he said. "They want to see what we are capable of, or maybe what we are not." Kara, watching from the observation deck, felt her stomach tighten. She had read about humanity's legends, the brave explorers who faced impossible odds. Now she realized the odds were real and terrifying. Suddenly, a strange energy pulse hit the fleet. Lights flickered, communications went dead. Ships lurched violently, systems shutting down one by one. The crew scrambled to restart engines and shields. But the alien technology rendered their efforts almost useless. Every second was a battle for survival, and each second the aliens seemed to watch, assessing, learning. Hours passed like minutes. Finally, a human voice cut through the tension, calm but edged with disbelief. "Admiral, the aliens are observing us." Riker's face tightened. "Observing? We are sitting ducks. Prepare for anything. This is our first test and we cannot fail." Then came the moment that would haunt the fleet forever. The largest alien ship separated from the formation and moved toward them. Its surface shimmered, reflecting Jupiter's storms like a mirror of pure energy. And from it, a single message, clear and simple. "The fight begins. Survive or be erased." Silence fell. The human crew, trained for years, felt the full weight of the challenge. They were alone, facing beings far beyond human understanding. Yet deep inside, a spark ignited, a stubborn human spark. Humanity had survived plagues, wars, and impossible odds. Maybe, just maybe, they could survive this. Kara gripped the edge of the observation window, staring at the alien Leviathan approaching. Her voice was steady, though her heart raced. "This is it. The universe just picked a fight with humanity. and now we show it why we fight back. And with that, the countdown began. Not of seconds, but of destiny. The alien ship moved closer, enormous and silent, a shadow that swallowed the human fleet. Sensors on the human vessels went haywire as electromagnetic pulses rolled across space. Crew members gripped control panels, their knuckles white. No human weapon could penetrate that shimmering hull. Every thought in their minds screamed, fight, flee, survive. But the options were limited. Admiral Riker stood on the bridge of the flagship Intrepid, his eyes locked on the alien Leviathan. Communications. Try again. Keep trying, he ordered. His voice was calm, but the tension in the room was electric. Kara, beside him, typed furiously on the translation console, trying to decipher the strange alien symbols that now appeared constantly across their screens. The message blinked repeatedly. You defy growth. You will be tested. Submit or perish. Kara's stomach twisted. There was no room for negotiation in that tone. It was a command, not a conversation. Commander Vega, pacing behind the bridge, finally spoke. Admiral, weapons won't work. Their shields are like nothing we've ever seen. If we fire, it's useless. They're untouchable, Riker nodded. Then we learn. We observe, and we strike when we can. His eyes scanned the approaching ship, searching for any weakness, any hint of vulnerability. Humanity had fought monsters before, not like this, but cleverness had always been their weapon. The alien ship stopped a few thousand kilometers away. From its hull, smaller crafts detached like fish leaving a school. They moved with lightning speed toward the human fleet. These were the first true signs of aggression. The human fleet scrambled. Fighters launched, lasers firing, but the alien crafts moved faster, dodging every attack with impossible agility. A single pulse from one of the smaller alien ships disabled a human fighter instantly, vaporizing it before anyone could react. Panic threatened to spread, but Riker's calm command held the fleet together.
Focus on survival, evade, protect each other.
They are testing us, hours stretched on. The alien crafts weaved among the human ships, scanning, analyzing. Every move humanity made seemed anticipated. Then, the flagship Intrepid's sensors picked something strange. A small fluctuation in the alien shields, barely noticeable, almost invisible. Kara stared at the readings, heart pounding. Admiral, there's something here. A pattern. It repeats every 30 seconds. Riker's eyes narrowed. Good, that's all we need. If we can time it, we may have a chance to strike. The next few maneuvers were tense and precise. The human fleet danced through space like a desperate predator, trying to avoid destruction while waiting for the right moment. The alien crafts seemed aware of their plan, but the smallest human ship, piloted by Lieutenant Dax, noticed the same shield pattern. Using the tiniest craft as bait, he drew the aliens away long enough for the rest of the fleet to reposition. It worked. Barely. A human fighter fired an experimental pulse weapon during the brief shield fluctuation. The alien craft stumbled, its energy field flickering. For the first time, humanity had made a dent. Cheers erupted on the human bridges, short-lived as the reality hit. They were still outmatched. Every small victory came at a heavy cost. Then the aliens responded in a way no one expected. The massive flagship emitted a wave of energy that disabled communications across the human fleet. Lights flickered. Engines stuttered. Every human ship felt the power of a force beyond comprehension. Riker gritted his teeth. They are learning faster than we can adapt. We need another plan or we die here. Amid the chaos, Kara noticed something even stranger. A small alien probe, unlike the others, had approached the Intrepid directly. It wasn't attacking. It hovered near the observation deck, scanning. The symbols on its hull flickered in what seemed like a pattern. Kara realized with a chill that the aliens were not just testing weapons. They were studying human behavior. Every move, every hesitation, every decision was being watched, recorded. Vega turned to Riker, voice tight. Admiral, they understand us. They aren't just a threat. They're studying humanity. This is more than a fight. It's an evaluation. Riker's jaw clenched. Then we give them a good one. Humanity doesn't fold under pressure. We adapt, we survive, and if they want a fight, they'll get one. The alien flagship began to move again, signaling a new phase. Smaller ships swarmed the human fleet, forcing them into retreat. As the humans dodged, a massive alien voice, deep, resonant almost in their minds, echoed through the fleet. Prepare for the next test. Failure is not allowed. Kara felt a shiver run down her spine. They had survived the first encounter, but the message was clear. This was only the beginning. Humanity had angered a race far stronger and more intelligent, and now the universe itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the human response. Riker stood on the bridge, looking at the approaching alien shadow. "All right," he said quietly, almost to himself. "If this is a test, we will show them what humans are capable of, even against impossible odds." The crew exchanged determined glances. Fear was present, but so was defiance. They were humanity. They had fought against impossible enemies before. And now, facing a foe that could destroy worlds with a thought, they would fight again. The countdown to humanity's true test had begun. The fleet had barely escaped the first encounter, but the human crew was not defeated. Silence hung heavy across the bridges, broken only by the low hum of damaged engines. Kara leaned over the console, scanning the alien fleet's retreating patterns. Every symbol, every movement, every pulse was recorded. Slowly, she began to notice a rhythm, a pattern the aliens hadn't realized they were leaving behind. Commander Vega noticed Kara's concentration. "What is it?" she asked, peering at the screen. Kara's fingers flew over the console. "Their shields fluctuate. Not randomly, there's a cycle. It's subtle but consistent. If we can predict it, we might be able to strike." Admiral Riker stepped forward, his face shadowed by worry and determination. "Predicting is good," he said. "But we need a plan. Their technology is beyond anything we've faced. If we miscalculate, we won't just lose ships. We'll lose humanity's chance to survive." For the next several days, the human fleet moved cautiously, trailing the alien leviathans near the outer planets. Kara and her team studied every data point, translating alien communications, testing theories. Slowly, a dangerous possibility emerged. The aliens were not just advanced, they were studying human instincts, patterns, even fears. Every decision, every hesitation was part of their test. "Admiral," Kara said one evening, voice tight, "I think I've found something. Their shields have a blind spot. It's small, almost non-existent, but if we can synchronize our attack with the cycle, we might just pierce it." Riker's eyes gleamed. "Then we prepare. We strike where they least expect it. This is our chance to show the universe that humanity does not yield." The plan was simple in theory, but nearly impossible in practice. The human fleet would need to get close, dodge countless patrols, and fire a synchronized pulse precisely at the moment of weakness. One wrong move and the fleet would be destroyed instantly. Vega gathered the commanders. "We've faced worse odds before," she said. "But this time, every life matters. Every second matters. We succeed, or the universe may never see humanity again." The day of the counterattack arrived. Human ships darted through the shadow of Saturn, hiding in debris fields while the alien fleet passed above. Kara monitored the alien shields, her fingers trembling as the moment approached. "Now," she whispered. Vega gave the signal. The human fleet fired. Energy pulses streaked across space, hitting the alien hull at exactly the right moment. For a fraction of a second, the alien shield flickered. A massive explosion shook the nearest alien ship, sending fragments drifting across the void. For the first time, humanity had truly wounded the enemy. Cheers erupted across the fleet. But the victory was tempered with caution. The alien ships quickly regrouped, firing back with precision. Human vessels were damaged and some were destroyed. But the spark of hope had ignited. Admiral Riker knew they had only scratched the surface. "They are learning," he said grimly. "Every move we make teaches them more about us. We cannot slow down. They will adapt faster than we can react." Even as the fleet limped toward a safe orbit, Kara discovered another terrifying truth. The alien ships had left behind data fragments in their wake, encrypted messages that suggested their ultimate plan. It was not just Earth they sought to test. The aliens were studying the human race because they wanted to understand the potential threat humanity could pose to the galaxy itself. Vega's face went pale. "They aren't here to conquer us. At least not yet. They are here to decide if we are dangerous enough to exist." The crew understood the weight of their situation. Humanity had won a small battle, but the war and the test was far from over. Every ship, every life was now a symbol of human courage and ingenuity. The universe had cast its judgment and humanity was determined to survive. Then came the betrayal. One of the fleet's senior officers, Lieutenant Calder, secretly contacted an alien probe. His reasons were unclear, fear, greed, or pragmatism, but his actions threatened to undo all their progress. Kara discovered the breach just in time, confronting him in the communication hub. "Why?" she demanded, her voice trembling with anger and disbelief. Calder avoided her eyes. "I'm saving lives. We can't win. You can't see what's coming." Riker arrived, his expression hard as steel. "You risk the lives of billions for fear? Humanity survives because we fight even when hope is small. You either stand with us or you step aside." Calder hesitated, then nodded silently, retreating to his station. The fleet had survived another trial, not just from the aliens, but from within. Humanity's strength was not just technology, but unity, courage, and the will to endure. As the fleet prepared for the next move, Kara studied the alien shields again. "Admiral, I think we can do more than just defend ourselves. We can plan a strike that could change the course of this test, but it will be risky. The most dangerous thing we've attempted yet." Riker's eyes gleamed with determination. "Danger is our ally now. If we survive this, humanity will not just live, it will make the universe remember us." In the silence of space, the human fleet waited, hearts pounding. Every pulse of energy, every blinking light, every shadow of an alien ship reminded them of the stakes. They were outmatched, outgunned, and yet unbroken. Humanity's first victory had shown what they were capable of, but the greatest trials were still ahead. The stars stretched endlessly before them, and beyond them the alien fleet watched, patient and calculating. The true test of humanity was only beginning. The human fleet had retreated to a hidden orbit near Neptune, battered but alive. The crew worked tirelessly to repair ships, replenish supplies, and study the alien technology they had captured during the last skirmish. Kara and her team pored over the alien data fragments, translating symbols and decoding patterns. Slowly, a terrifying truth began to emerge. "They aren't just testing Earth," Kara said, her voice trembling as she stared at the screens. "They're watching humanity, and every other intelligent species in the galaxy. We're just one part of a larger experiment." Commander Vega's eyes widened. "So this isn't just a fight. They're judging us against, what? Some standard we can't even understand?" Admiral Riker stood behind them, his arms crossed. "Exactly. And if we fail, it's not just Earth that's at risk. It's the entire human legacy. We need to act before the next test begins. Find their weakness. Understand their plan. We have no choice." Days of tireless study revealed startling patterns. The aliens had a vast network of surveillance spanning multiple star systems. Their attacks were calculated to provoke, test reactions, and measure adaptability. Even the energy pulses that had disrupted human ships earlier were not just weapons. They were data collectors, designed to probe responses. "Admiral," Kara said quietly, "their shields aren't just technology. They're alive, adaptive. Every attack we make teaches them about us. But there's a flaw, an override in the signal structure. If we can exploit it, we could blind them temporarily." Riker nodded. "Then we'll need a plan, and it must work perfectly. This is the moment where humanity either shows its ingenuity or becomes a warning to the rest of the galaxy." Vega gathered the senior officers. "We divide into two teams. One will focus on creating a distraction, drawing their fleet away from the key systems. The other will synchronize an attack on their command nodes. Timing is everything. One misstep and we lose everything." Meanwhile, tensions within the fleet began to rise. Fear and exhaustion weighed heavily on the crew. Some questioned the leadership, wondering if their efforts were hopeless against such an overwhelming force. Whispers of surrender and compromise spread quietly. Riker confronted these doubts head-on, walking the corridors of the flagship. "Humanity survives because we face the impossible," he told the crew. "We don't bow to fear. We fight because we must." The day of the operation arrived. Human ships darted between asteroids and planetary shadows, evading patrols while moving into position. Kara's hands flew over the consoles, monitoring alien signals and calculating timing for the override. Every heartbeat felt like a drum echoing across the silent void. Then it happened. The fleet executed the distraction. Explosions lit the edges of the alien formation as smaller human ships engaged enemy patrols. The alien vessels reacted quickly, but Kara's override pulse struck precisely at the command nodes. For a brief moment, the alien sensors faltered, their coordination slipping. It was enough. Human ships moved with deadly precision, striking at weak points identified by Kara's analysis. One by one, alien ships faltered, systems failing in a cascading wave. Humanity had turned the tables, if only for a moment, but the victory came at a cost. Many human ships were damaged, some lost entirely. The crew mourned their dead, but the sense of triumph was undeniable. They had shown the aliens that humanity could adapt, learn, and fight back intelligently. As the dust settled, Kara decoded the remaining alien signals. What she found made her blood run cold. The aliens were not just testing strength, they were preparing to judge morality and loyalty. Entire species could be eliminated if they failed to meet the alien standards of unity and intelligence. Worse, the messages suggested that some humans might betray their own kind under pressure. Vega's face hardened. That's why Calder tried to contact them. Fear can break even the strongest. We have to ensure loyalty within the fleet. No compromises, no secret dealings. Riker addressed the crew. We've survived impossible odds and shown the universe that humanity is clever, courageous, and resilient. But the war is far from over. Every decision we make from here on out will decide the fate of our species. Remember this, unity is our greatest weapon. Betrayal will be our end. Kara looked out at the stars, the alien shadows still lurking beyond Neptune. We've won a battle, she said softly. But the real test is just beginning. The aliens will come back stronger. And next time, we might not have the advantage. The fleet prepared for the next stage. Humans repaired their ships, studied captured technology, and strengthened bonds within the crew. Fear lingered, but so did determination. Humanity had survived the first wave, proved its ingenuity, and uncovered the aliens' larger plan. As they moved deeper into the outer system, a new transmission arrived, not a threat, but a single phrase clear in every language. Impressive, but insufficient. The trial continues, Riker clenched his fists. Then let them come. Humanity doesn't back down. We adapt, we survive. And one day, we will make the universe remember our name. The stars stretched endlessly before them, dark and infinite. Somewhere out there, the alien judgment waited. Humanity had survived the first real confrontation, but the galaxy itself seemed to hold its breath. This was no longer just a fight for survival. It was a war for respect, for the right to exist. And humanity, battered but unbroken, was ready to meet the challenge. The galaxy had grown quiet, but the calm was deceptive. Humanity had survived the first tests, adapted to alien technology, and proven that they could learn fast. But the alien fleet had not forgotten the humans' defiance. Across multiple star systems, massive alien warships now mobilized, ready to crush Earth and its allies. Humanity had no choice but to strike first. Admiral Riker stood on the bridge of the Intrepid, the flagship's hull trembling from the engine's output. Behind him, screens displayed hundreds of human and allied ships, each crew member tense but resolute. Kara monitored alien communications, reading their signals in real time. Every symbol she decoded painted a picture of immense strategy and terrifying intelligence. They've learned from us, she said, voice tight. Every move we make, every tactic we use, they anticipate it. But there's still a window, small but it exists. Commander Vega's jaw was set. Then we take it. We hit them where they least expect it, even if it's dangerous. Humanity doesn't wait for threats to come. We act. The plan was bold, split the fleet into two. One group would engage the alien forces head-on, drawing attention and testing their response. The second group, led by Riker and Vega, would infiltrate the enemy formation to strike directly at the flagship, the core of their command. Every pilot, every gunner, every engineer knew that this mission was near suicidal. As the fleets approached the edge of the Orion cluster, alarms blared. Alien ships descended like predators, their energy fields shimmering and vast. Human ships dodged and weaved, exchanging fire that barely scratched the enemy shields. Explosions tore through the void as brave crews sacrificed themselves to protect the larger formation. Riker gritted his teeth. Hold formation. Every second we delay them, we gain intelligence. Adapt and survive. Kara's console flashed rapidly. They're predicting our patterns. They're adjusting faster than we can respond. But wait, if we combine their attention on the front lines with a stealth approach, the infiltration team, flying low and fast, slipped through asteroid belts and cloaked zones unseen by alien sensors. Riker and Vega guided them, using the alien data to anticipate movements. They reached the massive flagship, its hull glittering like a fortress. Inside, the alien commander awaited, a towering figure with luminous eyes and a presence that radiated intelligence and menace. His voice echoed through the minds of every human aboard the infiltrating ships. "You have survived longer than expected, yet your species remains primitive." Riker stepped forward, voice steady despite the pounding of his heart. "We survive because we adapt. We survive because we fight. And we survive because we refuse to be crushed." The alien commander's eyes narrowed. "Clever, but survival alone is not enough. Humanity must prove worth." Suddenly, energy pulses erupted from the alien flagship. Human ships wobbled under the force, shields flickering. Kara yelled, "Now! Strike the core while their defenses cycle!" The team launched a synchronized assault. Energy weapons and hacking pulses hit the alien command systems at precise intervals. For a brief moment, the massive flagship's shields faltered. Explosions raced across its hull and internal systems went dark. Humanity had landed the first serious blow to the enemy heart. But the alien commander retaliated with terrifying speed. Energy waves radiated outward, crippling nearby human ships. Vega's fighter took a direct hit, engines failing. "Pull back!" she shouted, desperately maneuvering. Riker gritted his teeth, refusing to retreat. "Not yet." "Keep pushing!" The battle reached its peak, human ingenuity and bravery against alien perfection. The infiltrators pressed on, exploiting every small weakness while the main fleet drew attention with relentless assaults. Ships that had seemed doomed moments before managed daring maneuvers, turning alien calculations against them. Humanity had learned quickly, and their adaptability was now their deadliest weapon. Then the alien commander acted personally, descending into the battle on a sleek command vessel. His presence was overwhelming. Riker realized that if he faced the commander directly, he would have to risk everything. He prepared his ship for a direct assault, heart pounding. "Humanity has faced impossible odds before," he muttered. "This is no different." As the two leaders confronted each other, the battle raged across the stars. Explosions, energy pulses, and the screams of alarms filled the void. Every second counted. The human fleet's coordination, bravery, and cunning were tested to their limits. Small victories became critical. One successful strike, one disabled alien ship, one saved human vessel. Finally, after hours of tension, the alien flagship faltered. Systems overloaded, shields flickered, and a deep silence fell over the immediate battlefield. Humanity had not destroyed the fleet entirely, but they had sent a clear message. Humanity could not be underestimated. Riker's voice came over the comms, calm but fierce. "We survive, we adapt, and we fight. Humanity will not kneel." But even in victory, the humans understood the cost. Many ships were lost, many brave lives sacrificed. The alien fleet had not been destroyed, only delayed. And somewhere in the dark stretches of space, the alien commander watched, calculating, preparing for the next phase. Kara looked out at the stars, her mind racing. "We won this battle, but the war isn't over, and the next trial will be even harder." Vega nodded, exhausted but determined. "Then we prepare. Humanity fights not just for survival, but for the right to exist, for the right to be remembered." Riker stared at the alien commander's retreating shadow. "We've shown the universe our strength, but we've only just begun. They will return, and when they do, humanity will be ready." The stars stretched endlessly, full of danger and opportunity. Humanity had survived, had struck back, and had earned a foothold in the war for the galaxy's future. But the universe itself seemed to whisper a warning. The greatest challenges were still ahead. The battlefield was silent now, but the silence was heavy. Humanity had survived the first full-scale confrontation with the alien fleet, but the alien commander had retreated, leaving a shadow that stretched across the galaxy. Admiral Riker and his crew knew the war was far from over. They had struck back, but the aliens were not defeated. They were watching, calculating, waiting. Kara studied the alien data one last time. "There's something they've left behind," she said quietly. "A vulnerability? Hidden in their energy patterns. It's small, almost impossible to exploit, but if we can synchronize a full assault, we can break it. We could end this." Vega's eyes widened. "Are you saying we can defeat them? Completely?" Kara nodded. "Yes, but we'll need every ship, every fighter, every human willing to fight. Timing is everything." Riker looked at the fleet assembled across the void. Hundreds of ships, damaged but resolute. "This is it," he said. "The final trial. Humanity either proves itself, or it ends here." The humans approached the alien fleet cautiously. Every ship, every pilot, every crew member felt the weight of the galaxy on their shoulders. The aliens, sensing the movement, shifted their formation, massive warships glowing with energy. The alien commander appeared at the forefront, his presence radiating power. "You dare to challenge us again? Your survival is a curiosity, nothing more." Riker stepped forward, his voice calm and unwavering. "We do not challenge you for curiosity. We challenge you because humanity survives. We fight, we adapt, and we endure. And today, we show you our strength." The human fleet split into attack formations, moving in perfect synchrony. Kara's override pulse targeted the alien shield's hidden flaw, synchronized across hundreds of ships. Every pulse, every shot, every maneuver was executed with precision, born of desperation and courage. For a moment, the alien shields flickered. It was brief, mere seconds, but enough. Human energy weapons cut through the barrier, striking the alien command nodes. Explosions rippled through the alien flagship, systems failing one by one. Smaller ships were caught in the chaos, disabled or destroyed. Humanity had broken the enemy's perfect defense. The alien commander reacted, firing a wave of energy so powerful it threatened to obliterate the human fleet. Vega's ship shuddered violently as she maneuvered to evade the blast. "Admiral, we can't hold much longer." Riker gritted his teeth. "Hold position. Push forward." Kara's hands flew over the console, sending the final sequences of the pulse override. The alien fleet staggered, unable to recover from the synchronized strike. One by one, their ships fell, drifting helpless in the void. The alien commander's voice, once booming and confident, now wavered. "Impossible. How could a primitive species?" Riker's ship surged forward, targeting the command node directly. The final pulse struck, and the alien flagship erupted in light energy cascading across its hull. Systems overloaded, engines failed, and the massive warship drifted silently powerless. Humanity had done it. They had won. Silence fell across the battlefield. The few remaining alien ships retreated into the dark stretches of space, leaving humanity victorious. Cheers erupted across the fleet, tears and laughter mixing in equal measure. Humanity had faced a superior enemy, adapted and survived against impossible odds. But amidst the triumph, Riker knew the war had taught a lesson far greater than victory. Humanity's strength did not lie in weapons or technology alone. It lay in unity, courage, and the refusal to yield. The alien commander, though defeated, had recognized it, and that recognition mattered more than any battle won. Kara looked at the stars, exhausted but smiling. "We've done it. Humanity has survived. We've shown the universe we are not to be underestimated." Vega nodded, relief washing over her. "And we've done it together. That's the real victory." Riker addressed the fleet, his voice carrying across every ship. "Today we fought not just for survival, but for the right to exist, the right to be remembered. Humanity has endured the impossible and prevailed. Let the universe remember this. We are clever, brave, and unbroken. We are humanity, and we will continue to reach for the stars." The stars stretched endlessly before them, vast and infinite. Somewhere out there, beyond the edges of human vision, other civilizations watched and perhaps learned. The universe was no longer just a place of danger. It was a stage upon which humanity had proved its worth. And though the alien fleet had been defeated, the galaxy whispered of new challenges, new tests, and new frontiers. Humanity would face them not with fear, but with the same courage, unity, and ingenuity that had carried them through the greatest trial of their existence. Admiral Riker, Kara, Vega, and the remaining fleet looked out across the void, hearts steady, minds clear. The fight was over, for now. Humanity had survived, adapted, and triumphed. Their legend had begun. Somewhere in the darkness of space, the universe trembled, not from fear but from the realization that humanity had arrived.